Hi, I'm a Bonobo researcher, Takumasa Yokoyama. Today, I'd like to talk about bonobos' long-term memory and cognition. Last December, a great paper was published that conducted an interesting experiment on bonobos' long-term memory and cognition. Today, I'd like to talk about that paper and bonobos' long-term memory. First, before I talk about bonobos' memory, let me show two photos. The first photo was taken in 1992. As you can see, he's a newborn baby. He's a very cute baby, isn't he? The second photo was taken in 2018. He is the same person as the cute baby in the previous photo. I wonder when he got wrong and what could have made him look like this. Now, I'd like to talk about today's main topic, the long-term memory of bonobos. Recently, a great paper was published that conducted an experiment on the long-term memory ability of bonobos. The news admired the paper and said that a bonobo was separated from her sister for 26 years. She still remembered her. I'd like to give a brief explanation of what kind of experiment was conducted in this paper. The news focused on only bonobos. However, in this paper, experiments were conducted on bonobos and chimpanzees. In the experiment, the subject bonobos or chimpanzees were shown pictures of former group members they had previously lived together and pictures of strangers. The experiment compared the degree of attention to the pictures of former group members and strangers. They found that both the bonobos and the chimpanzees gazed longer at pictures of former group members than at pictures of strangers. In addition, a surprising finding was that bonobo Louise gazed much longer at the pictures of her sister Loretta and nephew Ellen. They had not seen each other for over 26 years. The result of this experiment suggested that Louise remembered her sister and nephew. This result was why she gazed at these photos for much longer. I'd like to talk about additional interesting points of this paper. When this experiment was conducted, Louise was about 46 years old, her sister Loretta was about 44 years old, and her nephew Ellen was about 26 years old. As mentioned before, they had not seen each other for over 26 years. This means that at the time of experiment, Louise had memories of Loretta, who was 18 years old, and a baby Ellen, who was 0 years old. In other words, Louise was able to recognize her nephew Ellen, who had been a newborn baby even after 26 years. This is a remarkable result. This experiment makes me think that Louise has better long-term memory and cognitive abilities than I do. I talked about the long-term memory and cognitive abilities of bonobos. Bonobos are the closest relatives of humans, but perhaps they may have better long-term memory and cognitive abilities than we humans do.